Hey, fellow babies, and welcome to the show that won the Pulitzer Prize for our upcoming coverage of Elon Musk's complete mental breakdown. It's the 42 Show.
And welcome to another debate of news tonight. And some of the stories we will not be covering tonight. A man was saved from choking. He goes straight back into an eating contest after a Heimlich maneuver. A group of astronauts led by a billionaire commander has completed the first ever privately funded spacewalk in a highly risky mission. And also news coming out of Trump camp. Cats are being turned into dogs and being fed to Robert Kennedy. And it was like there's a big backlash from the debate that apparently Kamala Harris was familiar with the questions. You know what that's called, Trump? That's called that's just called being prepared and knowing what the job of the president's about. You idiot. And apparently, don't worry, he's got some plans. Well, he hasn't got plans, but he's got concepts of plans. So don't worry, America.
Plans.
He's thought about a plan.
So he's more like the Riddler, not the Joker.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with some public reactions to the debate here. You got a picture of you got a picture of a watch party there. So let me get a couple here. So Toby, 24-year-old public school teacher from Michigan, had this to say: Trump lost, and it wasn't even close. Harris was a strong performer, but I think I'm still concerned as far as her Israel-Gaza stance. I think she punted, to be frank. That was a missed opportunity for Trump. She was able to make appeals to Americans on both sides of the political spectrum, while he chose to be the same old, same old. We have one here from Sam Smith, works in tech, Lake Tahoe, Nevada. It was like watching an exhibition boxing bout where Kamala just didn't throw knockout punches. The setups were relatively impressive, but she failed to follow up with compelling or sufficiently detailed policies or plans. Like Trump had any. Doing so would have further demonstrated just how superior a candidate she truly is. She was on her toes and had a once effervescent showman looking like an old flat-footed has-been. Pretty good take. Paul B., 32, content strategist out of Pennsylvania, said Trump was strong, but evaded questions, and his answers seemed to help him win an election more than governing. Harris seemed more truthful, but not differentiate herself more from Biden's wins or failures. I'm not sure that's truly needed as a vice versus running to be your own, but okay. Ted Kemp, a retired industrial engineer from Pennsylvania, said, I thought Harris definitely won the debate. She was clear, precise, and showed she was capable and willing to serve the people of the United States. As a Republican, I'm truly embarrassed by Trump. He's not what Republicans are about. The Republican Party has changed, and I'm not sure I want to change with them. Can I just ask, how can you be a Republican if you're not voting Republican? It's different, Canadian here, so I don't really get it. But anyway, Josh, 27, engineer in North Carolina. I thought it was intense. It drew a clear contrast between the two candidates. Putting aside policy and partisanship, one candidate was focused on attacking his opponent, and the other candidate was talking to the American people. I think it beautifully juxtaposes the vitriolic rhetoric of how politics has become lately on the right, with a return to civility, compassion, and unity on the left. A couple more here for you, not too long. Amber, 35-year-old stay-at-home mom and student in Arizona, said, I thought this debate highlighted the contrast between the candidates. On one side, there's a man we all know, Trump, who used the same fear-mongering rhetoric and blatant lies to admonish our country for his personal gain. The line about immigrants eating pets is a perfect example of how he's willing to embrace misinformation as long as it suits him. He blamed every issue in our country on migrants. Let's see here. A retired teacher from Georgia, Alexander, said, contrary to what I read in all the media, I did not feel Harris did that well in the debate. She kept belittling Trump, who I don't particularly like, but I found it ironic that she did this and made calls for all of us to find unity and move on together. Oh, she ruined our country. She wrecked her country. Isn't that hello? I did not find her believable, except on the topic of abortion, in which I think she presented her case convincingly, and also took on healthcare. She seemed extremely reactive, which is not a quality I look for in a leader, but that's what a debate is. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah. That's not, I don't get that. I think somebody's just looking for points. James, 31, works in healthcare in Wisconsin. My favorite moment was when Trump was pressed for his plans to improve healthcare in the U.S., with his response being that after 8 years, he has concepts of a plan, which gave me a hearty chuckle. While I wish there was a couple of areas where she would have fleshed out her policy points and better explained some of the areas where her position was demonstrably changed, I think a key goal was to provide pushback on the falsehoods that were expressed in the first debate, as well as to remind voters of who Trump really is. And there was one last one here. Susan, 65, retired anthropology professor in Michigan. I was, she said it was tough to watch in the sense that there was always this sense of how is she going to be able to handle this man with his anger and his insults? Well, she was poised, intelligent, and most importantly, human. I'm giving my fellow Americans a lot of credit here, but I'm hoping that they saw that not only is he a loose, dangerous cannon that shouldn't be president, but that is also showed that Harris has got the seriousness, maturity, and intelligence and experience to do this. So,
and she's got that very disappointed mom look when he's talking.
Yeah. So, and I went through a huge thing of these to find those and tried to, keep it somewhat balanced. But from what I've been reading online, gathering those up and stuff, I do see the American populace at this point saying at least 60-40 that she won. And we got more on this coming up with some Republican responses in another article.
Yeah, I mean, Trump did his, he did his poll, didn't he? Like 90% said he won. He's basically just like talked to like 10 of his nearest sycophants.
Yeah, Vance in the family. A couple of shout outs here before you start there, Dunk. We got Harry Roper. They're eating the ducks. I love it. And then Ken Patterson came in with a super chat too. Did Trump on Truth Social just post backing out a Fox News debate? Yes, he did. He has said there will not be a third debate because I've already done it twice and I won both. In your mind.
Silly prick.
Let's see here. Oh, okay. Yeah, you got I am ready.
Yeah, well, I'm not too sure how to just transfer over to this, just without just going into it, because this is utterly crazy. Yeah, because Maria Salaharum, a jogger in her 30s, had to be rushed to hospital after she was ambushed by a gang of vicious otters in a Malaysian park. Oh, haunting footage shows the otters running towards the park. Where's Buckchuck? Put him on the board. The haunting footage shows the otters running towards the park moments before the horror unfolded. There he goes. I
want to point out they digitally edited out the pitchforks and gave them walkie-talkies.
2 brave joggers attempted to rescue the woman, only to get caught into the bloody attack. Maria Sala, a park regular, entered the park in the morning and quickly noticed something unknown emerging from the drain, which then bit her. She said, "Suddenly, I saw something emerge from the drain." Yeah, we know that. You just said so.
Good writing.
Yeah, brilliant. Next to the golf course, the creature jumped out and bit me while I was running, and there were many of them. I could not even stand up when it happened. Of course, this is Malaysian, translated into English. It's not working. But this marks the first attack recorded on a human in that area. In that area, yes. Roland Neon, director of the Sabah Wildlife Department, said otters generally avoid humans, and their perceived cuteness might lead some to mistakenly believe they are friendly and tame. Although there are reports of otters being domesticated in other parts of the state, it is not advisable to approach them, as they could bite when provoked. Yes. In this case, the family of otters might have seen the victim as a threat to their cubs and reacted defensively. I know. I just think they just went out like a gang of otters.
Otters don't look like tone joggers. Come on, this is stupid.
Yeah, but there's loads of attacks. I've got a whole list of other attacks where people have been attacked by otters.
Wow.
And I'm not going to do it, but it's happened in Malaysia, Montana, Singapore, and Florida. All over the place. Otters are fighting back.
Wow.
They've had enough.
Wow, so they have like a Darth Vader leader, and they're really coming on strong now, right?
Well, they've seen the orcas at it and thought, we went in.
Yeah. You guys go after the boats. We'll get the people, all right?
The joggers.
Yeah.
Bloody hippies.
Super chat from Petra Olsen there. Swedish kroner, 129 of them as well. With love to Ukraine, and with love it shall be sent. Thank you, Petra. Thank you very much. Oh, my mouse is doing that double click. I got to rip it apart and clean it. Sorry, everyone. 1 second here. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to move on from Trump to the back of his fucking head. Republicans have trying and so far publicly to hide from former president's debate performance. Every time they're asked, they're backing out and getting away from it. So speaking to reporters on Wednesday, House Speaker Mike Johnson focused entirely on a failed government funding plan. What did he think of Trump's debate performance? Reporters asked him. He walked away into the House chamber. He wouldn't talk about it at all. Speaking of which, this failed funding plan, what's going on is they're trying to get a funding bill passed that will fix the October 1st partial shutdown of the American government. But the Republicans are trying to stuff onto that bill the whole thing where you've got to show proof of citizenship before you can vote. That whole scam or whatever they call it part. And that's what's killing it. Yeah. So, sorry, across the Capitol, Senator John Thune, number 2 GOP leader, fell into the passive voice to avoid criticizing Trump when asked about the missed opportunity to define Vice President Kamala Harris. He says, this is the quote, well, that's a job, that job's got to get done, he said. Who should take up the task? Thune ducked into a closed luncheon for GOP senators and wouldn't answer the question.
Probably just give it to Elon.
Yeah. But these are literally his 2 right-hand folks he would rely on to advance his agenda on Capitol Hill if he got into power. And they won't even speak to the media about the debate. Right? So you've got the whole thing where the Republicans were very happy over the first debate after Grandpa and Grandpa went at it. And now they're the ones panicked in the background and are, left in a position where they don't really want to be talking about it much. Under anonymity, a couple blamed the moderators for poor questioning, even though Trump spoke for more minutes than Harris and had an ample opportunity to drive home his points. One person said, is it lack of preparation was the question? Oh, no, he preps every day. Like, being in the job that we're in is preparation enough for these things. No, it just isn't. It just isn't.
He's like an old boxer who just gets in the ring saying, yeah, I used to be a champion once, and just like has the flabber beaten out of him because it's just like useless, unprepared, unfit little git.
Yeah. And some other one, Rick Scott said, well, I mean, if you don't know Trump by now, I don't know where you've been, like under a rock or something. And he's trying to say, oh, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Right. A few others that wouldn't be on record said it was a missed opportunity. Senator Tom Tillis said, I believe that we missed a lot of opportunities last night. Dan Crenshaw said it was a huge missed opportunity to nail Kamala Harris on some very easy points, but it could have been a lot worse. Whoa. So when pressed on that, Crenshaw said, I mean, I don't think Trump, became overly emotional or lost his cool. He remained his stoic self. He never looked over at her the way she kept sneering and jeering at him like a child. And that's that whole thing they're trying to get at, even though He did exactly that when he did his, oh, it's my turn. Do you mind I'm speaking? Because all she did was have a giggle in the back. She didn't try to talk.
Yeah.
You know, so the Republicans, you can tell they're feeling the sting from that debate, and that debate loss. Let's just be clear.
Doesn't look that way if you go on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, the stupid have a loud voice, though. So don't let you think it's a majority. Come on, keep pushing. Fight them all down. Okay, so where am I for yours here?
You're making really bad segues for me. I can't really segue across to this one. But it's we're talking about Bobby's Bobblers, because furious police officers complain woke unisex police uniforms are crushing their testicles. and that's just the women police officers. A survey was launched about the uniforms used by Gwent Police in Wales in July this year. Neither men or women wearing the uniforms were pleased with the results, according to Belinda Goodwin, the police union's national board member and well-being lead. What a poncy fucking job that is.
No shit.
She says, during a survey, Gwent police male officers complained of experiencing crushed testicles. All of this plays into how officers and staff feel on the job. I don't know what she's talking about there. And that cannot be understated.
I just got to say, the idea of unisex pants, unless they're like loose fitting joggers or something, is stupid, because you either have this flapping useless spot in the front where a chick's wearing it going, I don't know, I guess I could put a sock in there, or you got some dude going, why is this thing separating my testicles and forcing one down each leg? I mean, it's dumb.
I've got camel toes. But Benjamin Elks of the Taxpayers Alliance slammed the situation as woke nonsense. He said, "Oh, this farce is a distraction for officers, and you should be out catching criminals. Police forces should cut out waste and put bobbies back on the beat." They're always like that. They're always the same. You know, they're stuck in the 1960s, for crying out loud. But launching the survey into uniforms in the area in July, Police Federation Welsh co-lead Zach Mader said police officers faced a postcode lottery in terms of their uniform. They say we want consistency with police uniform was the highest minimum standards. We want a uniform that is environmentally friendly and that has been ethically sourced. Well, I don't know what that means. Ethically sourced. What you got it from Tesco? Yeah. What? or maybe it's supposed to be ethnically sourced, and they get it from India or something. Or maybe
no slave children made these clothes unless their parents said it was okay.
No, we get criminals to do it in prison.
Well, that's probably why they don't fit. Who else would want to crush the testicles of a police officer? Convicts.
Yeah, just take that in a couple of inches, will you? This will get them.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so we've got that was funny. We got something here which is pretty cool. Oh, for the love of God, this double click. Okay, I'll rip my mouse apart tonight and finish it. But a couple of faces there, you all know. So U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken gave the strongest hint yet. There's a couple of things that I got for this, so don't start, yet. White House is about to lift the restrictions on Ukraine using long-range weapons supplied by the West on key military targets inside Russia, with the decision understood to have already been made in private. Blinken said he and Lammy would report back to their bosses, Biden and Starmer, and after the talks on Wednesday with the Ukrainian President Zelensky there. He's the one that's a little bit shorter in the middle. British government sources indicated that a decision had already been made to allow Ukraine to use Storm Shadow cruise missiles on targets inside Russia, although it is not expected to be publicly announced when Starmer meets Biden in Washington. Wednesday's joint visit to Kyiv by Blinken and Lammy to meet Zelensky would not be taking place had there been no positive decision regarding this, sources have added. And to me, that's the key here, right? Let's see here. Speaking in Kyiv, Lammy said that he would not reveal details of private discussions that might hand Putin an advantage. He denounced the Russian leader's sinister invasion of Ukraine and accused him personally of arrogance and greed. He said this is imperialism and this is fascism. So the Netherlands has also said Ukraine can use Dutch-supplied weapons, including F-16s, for strikes into Russian territory without range restrictions. He encourages other allies to get on board.
Send in the otters.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, imagine if you could put lasers on their fucking heads, you know? Now, to round this one out, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Blomyov claimed at his daily press briefing today that the U.S. and its allies have already made this decision, and it's just not in the public yet. He said it's just merely formalizing that's left to be done. I don't know if this is spy network stuff or what the hell, right? Blomyov said the involvement of the U.S. and European countries in the conflict is direct, and each new step increases it. When pressed how Moscow would respond to these developments, he said it will be appropriate without providing any specific details. He said the authorization of Ukrainian strikes on Russian territory would serve as further proof of why Moscow launched the offensive, which he said itself was an answer to the West's support in the first place. That's just moronic. I'm sorry, blow me off, but you can blow me off, you lying sack of shit. Take Putler's thingy out of your butt crack and try again. But I do think that the consensus in the world right now, as it pertains to people in the know and what's going on, is that without it being a free-for-all, Ukraine is about to be allowed to use those whatever missiles that go about 230 miles or something on all military targets that they see fit, but just nowhere civilian stuff. That would be really bad. But I don't see Ukraine blowing up school kids, so it's fine.
Not their style.
No. They'd probably shoot their own weapon down if they saw it going off course. So,
But we've got a couple of super chats if you want to catch them up.
And Bob Doggy came in with a super chat. Where are all the white cats at? Blazing saddles. That's a good one. And the turtle movers.
All the immigrant cats have got in now.
Yeah. The turtle moves. Have the Simpsons predicted eating cats and dogs? If not, it's one of the few things the Simpsons didn't predict in life that actually came true. Their track record is amazing when you watch one of those videos. It's funny as hell.
When you got there's so many monkeys writing their scripts, it's bound to happen. So many episodes.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong there, but it's amazing. So would this be? Go ahead.
Yes, in another glaring failure for Boeing that proves they just can't keep it up. A woman who was in a relationship with a Boeing 737 for 9 years has dumped the aeroplane.
This is funny on so many levels.
Michelle Kobe, 36, began seeing the 40-ton aircraft back in 2014 after just first locking eyes on the aircraft through a window at Berlin's Tegel Airport, and once described it as love of her life. The German warehouse worker claimed that to be sexually attracted to the Boeing 737-800, which she affectionately called darling, and said she admired its wings, winglets, and thrusters, and was absolutely enamored with the cockpit.
Oh, God.
I added that bit. After 6 years of only being able to meet the aircraft through the glass window of the airport, in September 2019, she was finally able to get up close to it in a hangar for the first time and was seen kissing it and even standing on one of its wings.
She must have a proper Grand Canyon between those legs for this to work. I don't know.
Oh dear. I'm not saying anything. She said of her experience at the time in the hangar was the most beautiful moment of my life. And when I was with him, we enjoyed our time together. And we kissed and I caressed him. The hangar is home for my darling and me. And we can enjoy our time together undisturbed there. I plan to move into the hangar one day. And my biggest dream is that me and my darling will be able to live with him.
Look, honey, I get the shape and all, but that ain't gonna work out the way you think it's gonna.
Might need some fist it. Now, after a decade in a long distance relationship, obviously it's out of town all the time, seeing other women. Michelle says she has ended her bizarre love affair with the airplane. She says, "We are separated," adding, "but we are still friends."
Did she say this before or after they put her in the Love Me jacket and wheeled her off on a fucking furniture dolly,
Well, I'll come to that. Michelle has previously explained that she is an objectophiler. Yeah, I object to it as well. A person who is attracted to an inanimate object, a bit like my penis. But individuals like this, in most cases, do not require treatment. Now, I want to know.
I'm sorry, what?
I want to know what cases do need treatment.
The ones that identify detractors, or
we'll cure you of that. I don't know. We'll move you on to combine harvesters instead.
I've never seen a transmission like that before, man. I gotta meet that.
Oh, you're into trannies, are you? Anyway, Michelle purchased multiple components from the plane. No, sorry. She purchased multiple components from the plane, including the spoiler, flap track fairing.
Oh, I'm surprised she didn't buy the yoke.
Well, she bought a tank valve so she could spend time with the plane while apart, and also owned a 5'2" model of the airplane, which she used to go to bed with. There you go. Say nothing.
We need a sponsorship from Stretchums. Help you get to your destination. Stretchums.
5'2" model. Anyway, she's looking at like a 5'6" inch one. That would be much better. They were among the hundreds of aircraft souvenirs which she owned, but now has sold 300 of them to make space for objects relating to her.
Do these people know where these toys have been?
Yeah, you can smell them.
Here, son, you can play with the airplane. That's gross.
But it's okay. She's moved on. She's moved on. She's now into the Middle Ages, and she's revealed, "I now love wearing knight's armor."
Fuck is wrong with you? I gotta say, unfortunately, if you look at just her face, not the hair and everything, she's almost a dead ringer for a younger Canadian singer, Sarah McLachlan, except Sarah's not insane. Let me just get that out right now.
Canadian singer. Nobody knows who that is.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Hey, you got some more feedback to kick into it.
Oh, yes. We got KK's GG in the chat. Coming in with a super chat. Landing gear down. For her pleasure.
What's your vector, Victor?
Oh, God, the blow-up pilot adds a whole new angle to this. Yeah, and Chuck Yameritz in the chat there, she agrees with forced cycle motors. Suck, squeeze, bang, and blow. Oh, my God.
I'd have preferred that story much better if it just turned out that she was seeing another plane while the other one was out doing flights. Seeing another one on the side.
You would think they would do some kind of communal living arrangement, so one of the planes was always at home for her, right?
Oh, dear.
So here, let's go over to right after the debate. What happens? Taylor Swift threw down support and endorsed Kamala Harris.
Great.
Right. And so JD Vance tried to step up and throw shade right afterwards. And it probably didn't go that well. So Trump's team tried to spin that Swift's endorsement doesn't mean that much, despite her having legions of fans, 250 million followers on every damn social media account that she has staff running. I just want to get that in. Vice
President has a
President,
very sexy plane.
yeah, and definitely that plane wears condoms when freaks come around. But so Vance was asked by Fox News, you know, how do you think it'll matter that Swift has now endorsed the other side? And he says, you know, think about this as I say it, people. I don't think most Americans, whether they like her music or are fans of hers or not, are going to be influenced by a billionaire celebrity who I think is fundamentally disconnected from the interests and the problems of most Americans. He continued, when grocery prices go up 20%, it hurts most Americans, but it doesn't hurt Taylor Swift. When housing prices, So when housing prices become unaffordable, it doesn't affect Swift or any other billionaire. Now, what happened on social media right after that was flipping crazy because JD Vance doesn't understand that he works for a rich billionaire git who's out of touch, right? So this picture was posted by a guy on Twitter. You know, I don't think most Americans, he was doing the quote from JD Vance, and then he put JD Vance's boss, and he put this picture up. Another person put, wow, wait till he finds out who he's running with. Another person, but isn't Trump a billionaire celebrity, or am I wrong? Right? And then the best one ever was, irony just died a violent death. Another one here wrote, oh, yeah, those out of touch billionaires are the worst, aren't they? It just goes on and on. It's so funny. JD Vance couldn't have screwed that up more.
Oh, it's JD Vance. I'm sure he could have if he really tried hard.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you know, rich billionaires are completely out of touch and have no idea what the average Americans are thinking. Just keep that in mind. This is from your vice president Republican nominee.
Oh, it's just such tacky
oh, man. Every time that guy takes his foot out of his shoe, he steps in dog shit. It's hilarious.
Even when he's in the shower.
Yeah. Funny enough. Although they always blame his wife. So
yeah.
Okay.
How the Asians eating them.
We almost got 4 minutes here, and that's long. I think long enough for the BJ story.
Yes. Yes, the BJ story. Not what you think. Yes, because John Bon Jovi helped stop a woman from jumping off a Nashville bridge on Wednesday, likely saving her life. Hang on. What do you mean likely saving her life? Either he did or he didn't. Yeah, he saved her, then he pushed her off. The legendary rocker encountered the woman around 6 p.m. local time as he was filming a music video for his song People's House on the John Sigenhaler pedestrian bridge. In surveillance video shared on X, the Metropolitan National Police Department, the Living on a Prayer singer can be seen approaching the woman as she appears to about to jump. Bon Jovi then spoke to her with another bystander. Shortly after, Bon Jovi and the fellow Good Samaritan helped pull the woman over the railing and away from danger. After the woman was back on the pedestrian path, she and Bon Jovi hugged. Ooh, that was a quick relationship. The bridge was completely open to the public when Bon Jovi was filming the video, and the incident subsequently occurred. A source said that Bon Jovi did what any person who found themselves in that situation would have done.
After laughing.
Well, offering helping hand to the person in need. Bon Jovi created the JBJ Soul Foundation in 2006 to help people who was, with pragmatic ways out of homelessness, poverty, and hunger, for families all across the United States. And as the organization's founder, he's been thoroughly trained in speaking to people who find themselves in crisis situations.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a good job, John Bon Jovi went there, and it wasn't, Eddie Van Halen who went to help her out.
Jump! But yeah, it's really cool. Like if you rewatch that video, we'll put a link in the description after the episode's done. You can see that he walks over, one of his people walk over slowly behind, and they obviously see what's going on and instantly know they got to do something. It's really cool. And you got to say, though, did she realize they were filming a music video at the time and think to herself, not another fucking Bon Jovi music video, and just decided to end it? And then he came over and said, no, we're not going to release it. We're just filming it, right, for a DVD,
It's all right. You're safe. You don't have to watch it.
Yeah. But yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm a big fan of the band, so.
Yeah, of course you are.
So quick reminder here, they got Nick Suter, Commander Lance McMillan, and a couple other people, maybe, who knows who's going to show up, doing a downtime chat on Nick's channel in time. They're coming up in about 45 minutes. We got a redirect that'll take you there right after the credits, and mods are dropping the links as well. And let's see, tomorrow we've got what? Nick, you're not in tomorrow, are you, Dunk?
No, I'm afraid not.
Yeah,
I'm going to be away for about a week. I should be back on Thursday.
Yeah, and Nick Suter and I are preparing a 42 show that's an election special, and it's going to take you from the beginning days of Trump versus Biden until where we are now through some article posts and conversation. It'll be cool. And then there'll be an after show chat hangout after that. So thanks for joining us, everybody.
Is that a few extra shout outs we've got coming there? Or have you
done
those ones? I don't know. I can only just see them. I just don't know.
Yeah, no, I got them. Okay. You're good.
All right. I'll shut up then.
Okay, so never mind him. And thanks, everybody. We got a shout outs to the team in the credits.
Boom. Never mind him either.
And a big shout out to the team who help us do everything in the background, moderation, research, even sometimes polishing automobiles. But we'll show you pictures of that coming up. We got Annette, who runs the teams, PJ CNET running the news team, who's feeling better and somewhat back in action. Good to see PJ. We got Shayna Caldwell, Crazy Cat, Janine Terblanc, Sketch Crasher, and Super Chat Matt.
Thank you, everybody, for all the super chats, donations, and becoming channel members and all those sort of things, because it helps keeping the channel, financially ticking along quite tickety-boo. And don't forget to hit like on the way out. I'm going to do that right now. And don't forget to share us out. Share us out every way you can. Share us out on social media. Share us out on pretending to be an otter and bite someone's leg.
Tattoo it on grandma's ass.
Or become an aeroplane and then fall in love. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever you want to do. But probably just,
Hamana.
See you all. No, we won't see you all because I won't be here. Oh, no. Oh, don't cry. I will be back.
Maybe she'll let you put a TV in the dungeon while you're being whipped. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Stay chilly.